June 2026, Chongqing, China. More than 200 leading think tank scholars and media leaders from 11 countries gathered here. Modernization, a grand question of our times, is being deconstructed once again.
We face digital revolution and AI. We confront climate crisis and growing inequalities. These transformations force us to rethink development itself.
也面临着气候变化、数字鸿沟、发展不充分、不平衡等共同的挑战。
Para poder pensar justamente en una gobernanza global más equitativa.
For Central and Eastern Europe, this reality presents both a challenge and an opportunity.
What made China successful?
Why has the much-discussed Chinese modernization generated such strong academic resonance around the world?
China is seeking a development path that avoids the environmental costs associated with traditional industrialization.
It reminds us that modernization goes beyond economic growth, because modernization is a broader project of social transformation for our society.
Y en las condiciones públicas, políticas, sociales que hagan posible un mayor bienestar para la mayoría de nuestras poblaciones. China.
And people make cities livable life.
At this particular juncture in global politics, Chinese development, which is people-centered, is of great significance to the African people.
Because modernization won't actually be fully complete until common prosperity is achieved.
The International Symposium on the Global Significance of Chinese Modernization opened in Chongqing. Ideas are exchanged here, and the answers lie within this city in motion. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Meet, produced by the WCICO. I'm Alex. In June, a high-level international symposium titled the International Symposium on Global Significance of Chinese Modernization concluded in Chongqing, China's mountain city. Global think tank experts gathered here to seek China's answer to modernization. Before entering the symposium, let us first broaden our view and talk about how the term modernization has been explored around the world. Let's begin with today's episode.
To be modern was to be updated, to be present, be moving forward, be energetic. And then we got modernization, which means to make modern.
In the vocabulary of human civilization, modernization has almost carried every nation's imagination of prosperity and the future. The concept first emerged in 18th century Europe. With the roar of the Industrial Revolution, the Western world was the first to construct a social model built upon modern industry, super cities, and waves of technology.
But the question is, why did that new word arise? This is when in Western Europe you first had capitalism or capitalist systems arising. And so historically, modernization became associated with westernization or capitalism. And they thought there was only one model of modernization.
For a long time, this image of the forerunner was regarded as a kind of standard answer. Many late developing countries, as they embarked on their own path of development, once tried to follow this already written manual, believing that as long as they moved along this single track, they would smoothly arrive at the same destination. Yet history did not unfold according to one single script.
One of the biggest challenges facing the country. Delaying the start of projection pricing.
Once again joins huge anti-government protest.
Right here at 9 News, yeah, and their focus is...
The Environmental Protection Agency's air pollution limits on a chemical called ethylene oxide.
When many countries tried to transplant this standard model mechanically into their own soil, they often found themselves in unexpected difficulties. The pain of reality prompted the global academic community to reflect with greater clarity. Is there really only one fixed template for modernization? Is the very search for a single standard itself a misunderstanding?
A very important aspect of Western-style modernization was Western imperialism and colonizing most of the rest of the world. China has developed on a different road. It's a socialist modernization, is another way of putting it. It's a large population. Obviously, China is not going to colonize another country or other part of the world. It's not part of China's DNA. Ultimately, you can't modernize all by yourself. You can't, as the United States has been trying to do, isolate itself from the rest of the world. Your global meaning of Chinese-style modernization, you have to work with others in developing your own model.
When the one standard is deconstructed by academic community, diverse paths naturally emerge. Every country in the world has the rights to explore the development coordinates best suited to its own realities. So as China is carrying out the largest modernization practice in human history, what kind of path has it tailored for itself? Let's take a look for the answers at this symposium. China's answer is called Chinese modernization. It is the independent choice of a major country with a population of more than 1.4 billion. What are the defining features of Chinese modernization?
从体量的角度来讲，西方发达国家全部的现代化人口加起来大概是10个亿啊，也就我们经常讲的西方差不多30个国家左右。那么中国人口呢是4个亿啊，规模呢远远超过了现在所有发达国家的人口数。西方的现代化呢，在过去200年呢，伴随着人口对外的移民啊，殖民的分流。那么中国式现代化呢，它是立足在本国土地上。 完全靠内生的发展啊，去来解决和消化巨大的14亿人口这个发展的压力。我们很明晰的可以看到，刚才前面很多专家也谈到这个共同富裕和两极分化的问题。那美国式的现代化目前看来，其实出现了相当大程度贫富鸿沟，还有阶层的固化。而中国式现代化呢，从起步开始呢，就锚定了全体人民的共同富裕啊，发展不只是为了少数人的致富。 是少数人致富带动了多数人致富，最终实现了城乡区域和不同人群的均衡的增收。那么中国式的现代化呢，而且还兼顾了精神富足、物质富足，啊，不会陷入到西方那样单一的物质主义陷阱中。而且中国这些年来啊，创造了全球最安全的城市治理和最便捷的基础设施。欧美的工业化普遍是走的先污染后治理。 依靠对外去转移这个高耗能的产业，去转嫁这个环境成本，而中国式现代化呢，同步却嵌入到了绿色的发展，所以我们提出了绿水青山，就是金山银山。中国的新增的清洁能源，包括新能源车、光伏、水能、风能，全世界新增的60%甚至90%，都是在发生在中国，而西方的现代化呢，充满着战争、殖民、掠夺。 对外扩张，2战以后的70多年是西方领先的70多年，但是你会发现70多年过去了，仅仅也就西方那些国家实现了现代化，其他国家并没有。相反，中国却是包容式的现代化，通过我们自己对外的合作，“一带一路”啊等等，希望能够推动其他国家也去搞更好的工业化。最典型的一个例子就是过去20年，非洲的基础设施建设。 80%以上的非洲新增基础设施建设都是中国公司在承接。
Grand theories often need to be proven by the most vivid details. The city where I am now, Chongqing, is a vivid sample of great research value. When the grand idea of China's modernization is placed on this land with complex mountainous terrain and a population of more than 32 million, what kind of chemical reaction will it create? Why is Chongqing considered a representative case study of Chinese modernization? Let's follow the expert delegation and take a closer look at Chongqing.
As a part of the symposium, global experts visited Chongqing to learn about the city's practices in auto manufacturing, logistics, and public well-being. As a major manufacturing base in China, Chongqing is accelerating its new energy vehicle industry. In 2025, the city produced 1.296 million NEVs, about 46.5% of its total auto output. Though inland, Chongqing is connected to the world. Through the new international land-sea trade corridor, it links southward with ASEAN, China's largest trading partner. In 2025, cargo throughput at its national logistics hubs reached 120 million tons, up 13%. Modernization in Chongqing is also about improving people's lives. In 2025, the city expanded its 15-minute community life circles, bringing more public services closer to residents and benefiting over 3.1 million people.
时下29年以来，区域现代化取得了一系列的成就，它突破了内陆区域发展的局限，完成了从老工业基地到西部制造经济的高低的转换。 它促进了城乡区域发展协调的发展，破解了超大城市的城乡二元结构。它平衡了生态保护与产业发展，筑牢了长江上游重要的生态屏障。它探索出来了一条跨省域协同机制，实现了从内陆腹地到开放节的转变。所以，重庆的实践是中国式现代化这个实践里面的一个样本。 它形成了一整套可以复制、可以推广的实践经验，同时也为全球南方国家的超大城市的治理和区域现代化提供了可知借鉴的方案。
With these reflections, the experts and scholars visited Chongqing's factories, industrial parks, and city streets, seeking answers through on-the-ground observation.
All right, the main lesson is that industrial development and environmental protection can reinforce each other. This requires long-term planning, public investment, technological development, and coordination between the state, companies, universities, and research institutions. For the global south, the green transition should also create local industries, skilled jobs, and technological autonomy rather than increasing dependence on imported technologies.
I see Chongqing as a strategic bridge between inland China and global markets. Its importance goes beyond logistics or transportation. It represents a new model of territorial development in which inland regions become active hubs of global connectivity rather than peripheral spaces. Chongqing offers an example of how strategic state planning, infrastructure investment, and regional integration can support modernization while also promoting social inclusion and territorial cohesion. For Latin American, this experience is valuable not only as an economic case, but also as a source of comparative learning on development strategies.
Technological development in Chongqing has been impressive. Surprised me the most was how they use this technology and the level of coordination from the national government to the individual. And this idea of technology for the people, to serve the people. The natural disasters, we cannot stop them, but at the same time, the losses are very few. So this is really impressive because it's saving lives.
The beauty of Chongqing is that the city is built very much integrated with the landscape around it. They are not treating one against another. There's a sense of coexistence between the two, which is quite important. And I think the important thing about China's modernization, the lessons learned that can be there is, and a good example in Chongqing is that they keep the traditions, they keep the culture, they keep the social values, and develop, modernize in a pace that is needed to happen.
This is modernization that experts have come to understand in Chongqing. It's not cold numbers, steel, and concrete, but a way to make every person live a happier life. It is precisely because of these tangible practices that this international symposium has sparked deeper intellectual exchange than ever before.
Ideas collide through exchange, and consensus takes root through cooperation.
The opening ceremony unveiled the key research projects for 2026.
covering Southeast Asian connectivity, Latin American urban governance, and ecological protection of the Yangtze and Amazon rivers. WCICO signed cooperation agreements with the Asia Research Institute at the National University of Singapore, CLACSA, and Brazil's Fundação Mauricio Grabois. An expert committee comprising more than 20 Chinese and international scholars was also established, and the international observation column, Global Vision, was officially launched. At the symposium, experts and scholars delivered keynote speeches on development and international cooperation.
China's trajectory has helped reopen a fundamental discussion on the relationship between modernization, development, and historical diversity. And this is a very important question for the Latin American context.
The ecological dimension of Chinese modernization has generated unprecedented industrial capacity and technological innovation. For Central and Eastern Europe, this reality presents both a challenge and an opportunity. If the region can build pragmatic, rational, and mutually beneficial partnerships with China, it has the potential to become one of the key centers of Europe's green industrial transformation by preserving its economic stability and strategic autonomy.
中国能够做到的，人都能够做到，每一个全球南方都能做到。
At the roundtable, experts explored the theme from development consensus to local practice, Chinese modernization, and the development path of the global south. The conversation recurrently referenced Chongqing's experience.
An island location does not have to remain a permanent disadvantage. With planning, connective and productive integration, inland regions can be strategic platforms for development and international engagement.
Chongqing's urban governance is a unique mega-city management model. So I think this is something that Southeast Asia can look at, because this style of governance uses a highly centralized business style approach that is unique because it blends a rapid, massive physical urbanization with a proactive industrial policy.
拉美的这些地区可以更好地借鉴重庆的这种因地制宜的这种创新精神。 这个我觉得很重要。
At the venue, a themed book exhibition spanned theory, practice, and dialogue, displaying 950 books in 5 languages, including the 6 perspectives of Chinese modernization series.
During the 3-day event, officials, think tank experts, and media representatives from various countries no longer observed China from a distance. They came into Chongqing to ask questions, make comparisons, record and reflect, searching for insights they could take back to their own countries. This is not a one-way narrative, but a two-way dialogue. It is not the copying of a model, but a process of learning together. Modernization is a river with no end, but together with openness and inclusiveness, we can build a new future. That is all for this episode of Let's Meet. Let's Meet, showcasing new Chongqing to the world. I'm your host, Alex. See you next time.